therefore, the man of the moment, Kennedy Akompre Agyapong. Now, yesterday, something really happened. Alisa Hutho. Now, the MPP party as a whole, no. Omo ba together on party say, elections here, yanchini here, kasa ne meti we are coming near the no. You be elections ne say intim atete. And no MPP leadership, omo the bibi ba say yanko sign bibi a peace pact. Ye chem ya me no ye kwa akinsi na ye kwa no yenim de ebesi na say okay esan say the temperatures and the temperatures are high no ye kwa sign bibi a che say we ni a obeje result na too we lose obeje results na too and ultimately kra no one we lose no still na obeka party no ntimi conform own party. So clearly MPP is trying to learn from their mistakes. But therefore something happened on that day. Me no ka say no obia e ka ho asem. Now in the video question you see Agyapong in there because a brand almost signing peace pact no. Obia Brian Champion agene de Professor Yaw Editum so agene paper obe signing. Ba omi aso agene paper, Agyapong so agene paper, Brian Champion so agene paper. Agyapong kwa de sabio from the video na check on TV biase. And amafo bisa say what is really going on? And information about say Ken say on TV bias into on signing. Ken say on sign you for Ken say on signing. And I say pay why controversial sa amen udiba be final days of election. O person say you elections kume ya yeku yenkunkum ye ho ana. And information about say it is not that because Agyapong the camp Ababe Kasa HM the reason why Ken was perhaps showing this particular attitude. Now for those of you who share the video involved, no, let us watch this particular video. You share exactly the actions of Ken. Yeba to us. So video now was shared Kennedy Akompre Agyapong. You could see clearly say he was not really happy and ultimately had to call people na omumbe church him dientia say bi onye me bi ewum atias edien na na ekoso Ken actually wanted more of clarity and amafo bi say adia all the aspirants sin sign e ba ne say na Agyapong kwa de on sign what is really happening and information ba say Ken was actually asking for a clarification. Now, before I got to ask a statement if the Agyapong camp or Eba as to why Ken was actually not willing to sign on. If I would take Agyapong as the new people because right out of the back, a brand not signed it, cause no information I started spreading on social media. Oh, Ken commotion, but Ken actually explains that they did not even get the letters beforehand. And everyone more signing on. Omuni say, oh, I was say A B C D A womb. But na be enim. And na Ken say, adi we are enim no. Basically, what is wrong? So you needed more clarification on that particular subject matter. It's no yanko tie Agyapong ne numu nsam. Ya babaka ne campaign team the message aba. O masanso aba responding in kind. Omuchem the reason why all of these things happen. And saying said, see, Ken doesn't even have any problem. Hey, elections is two ways. Either you win, either you lose. So, he just wanted to be sure to make sure that he's signing. You're signing, he has a better interpretation of it. So, BBC obit my defending home. So yanko tie in sema Agyapong edituja. When we come back, more things because Ken in crop for no sono or my babe kasa in regards to this particular update.
Okay. Chairman of the elections committee. I wanted to hear that. Okay. So you're seeking for clarification. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was in Sema Kenya Japan. The two just say, oh, clarification be Kenana open. Now, furthermore, because this thing was actually damaging, painting Kenya Japan as a chaotic person, as a person that only temperament and always wanting to create confusion, or a team person, a posti to show the whole screen or say, with Julian Yameche or say, oh God, how great a man is. Kennedy Japan is a real deal. Due diligence. We need such a president who won't just sign papers without further clarifications and evaluation. So this is actually based on a post that Professor Suleiman Al Hassan posted on Facebook, detailing why perhaps we saw Kenya Japan in that mood, saying or perhaps depicting said he won't sign unless they explain further. Or say a crucial provision was inexplicably deleted from the document presented to Honorable Kenya Japan to sign. Kenya Japan paused and drew attention to the omission. The provision stating that the Electoral Commission must annul results of voting centers that refuse to conduct open space counting of ballots was proposed and accepted by all candidates. And the Electoral Commission, however, this provision was omitted in the documents submitted to Kennedy Japan. The chairman of the Presidential Election Committee later apologized and assured the correction will be made. So according to Ken, maybe Brian Champon had this particular clause. Baumia had this clause, but in there, provisional na what name say elections ni ye kind abana ye be kind wo petem no obi ehu ye nkwohye dem kukumu enkan na se bi obi enka se me wini debi. It's not Kenya Japan document ni enim. It was not in Kenya Japan's document. Anything na Kenya Japan ka say papa ade ana mu ken ade enimu ana aye election aye committee chairman na pass yeah you so dey enim. I may say a printing error and I say bibi esi and no promises say you or they'll rectify it and send him the update. So that explains the reason why now ultimately issue where now air question King Japan was actually acting indifferent. Now far from that to in Penifobi Ababe Kasa shame what really happened, because honestly these are last days to elections, and anything you do can really affect you in the long run, and also affects your eligibility and even paints your public persona as a person. I said you can lead a party. It's, based on this, a lawyer Amo Date, who is the spokesperson for Kenya Japan's campaign team, Wababe Kasa, the reason why Sebiu Ken was acting that way that particular day. Some of the two Babaka. Definitely, there are more details into this. There are more clarifications into this. Now, as Baumia's team is actually painting a picture as a Ken, erratic Ken, and you'll be stable. He's always causing confusion. The Kenya Japan's team, on the other hand, is actually doing everything possible to maintain a good composure. At the end of the day, they will not seem like Sebio. One more munim the omoye they will not seem that way. So you go to in Sema, the spokesperson for Kenya Japan campaign team or the Tuja. When we come back, we will definitely dive more into this particular issue and what really happened on that particular day.
Regardless of message, a crowd more any candidates no. I say you are far more controversial about between the Kennedy camp and the Bawumia camp. The trading of insult, allegation and counter allegation, any accusations are more kasamode mamuhono. People believe say are creating some sort of enmity between the two camps, and after this election, the unity of the party, be very difficult.
Say honorable Kenya two abani first time, on one question about me about move mafe, and on nam ye no ye campaign. And I said, if you will be fair to your listeners as well, say, conform the about me, I brought you no to me no more. One what can be dear, or would it be honorable Ken? But honorable Ken, the would say that your course, was so I had to say, you accordion. Although they were good, you good assume the message and a war tongue.
Yes, but in all of that, Council, in all of that, just few days ago, I mean, Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy was seen on camera. I mean, calling Dr. Bawumia say, "Oh, you're a liar." People criticize.
Is that the truth or not the truth? Because Honorable Kenya he was trying to correct the history of the party, and that is all that I will say about this. Now, what are you so?
Doctor, you were free here.
Yes, what the power move?
Doctor, you are free here.
Are you a power move? Say cause confusion. We have say we have the tapes all over and we are able. Yeah, we are catching almost at the Baum, iron who didn't but on the shaft here. Now, you can't go for more bad boys. Our party, not about being all bad boys. Now, I did on the report to Manu. When we are watching, so yes, I don't know where you know, that's a young story. Near draw my attention says, say the air cost road among Casa can come. Yeah, controversial and a type of confrontation. And yes, I clear.
Candidate Kennedy Agyapong, are you ready to say and pay or best sign it that peace pact?
It all depends on them. It all depends on them. And remember, sir, election is a process, not an event. And what many honorable can share, you know, the all is about peace. The all is about unity. Then someone all can say, you must delegate express one. Some express one. Na yɛ to aba ni wia hyɛn de mu sɛ yɛ di nkonim sɛ ɔno kan hu ni saa ɔho ɔno sɛ ewiase nyinaa no obi a wɔtumi a change the country bia ɛwɔ that characteristics sɛ papa mu nka wɔ that characteristics sɛ ɔsɛ according to Harvard Business Review kwa no ɔsɛ a great leader bia ma start a little madness in him ɛnyɛ bibia na bɛbɔ chinko nyɛ bibia na bɛyɛ din nyɛ bibia na bɛyɛ sɛ you have to have a little madness. A little madness, no assertiveness. A little madness, no craziness, to achieve a name. Some elements, you know, honorable can. But you're part of the world, and I'm for who say, oh, and this is what you say, they say. Can call you at your chase and what change the whole of a Singapore. So, in the book, we almost describe and say, Likon do.
Ashafo, so video I'll share and explains what Agyapong team no air can say. They na sa asem ni see no and yes say AB almost share that they became Agyapong wanted a clarification and definitely you know Baumia's campaign team is actually milking this because they are milking this in such an event. Say oh ya catch papa no say bi onye obi a oye pepepe on signing document e che say results ne ba ye nyina ye be accept no onu nko asa on sign it. Sebio also see you be a party in one now. So the American days are at the end of the day, honestly, it's not looking good for Agyapong. Now I come here say the people have to actually come out very quick and also make a statement. Say, okay, you know, this and this and this and this was what was really happening. So that is exactly what was really going on. I mean, because social media is buzzing a lot, but then the update and answer the real issues behind why Agyapong's character perhaps change, you know, was is exactly what we are telling you. But one other person, so I mean, who can say, you know, because Agyapong kwana na wo, but then you kind of cry. These whole elections are air course, you know, it's a two-man race, okay, between Agyapong and then Bawumia. Whoever wins this particular elections, you know, said you within Kunima, ultimately in 2028 elections, you know, the way have been paid for him. So and you know, now in that